Hi, Mr. X with Glossary Term Solution Set. When we solve a problem, we actually come up with the set of solutions. Sometimes it's a single number, sometimes it's two values, sometimes it's a whole range of values. As in this case, it's an interval on the real number line. Everything between -2.5 and +2.5 will satisfy the relation 4x squared is less than or equal to 25. I know that 2.5 squared is equal to 6.25. Now I just know that. It helps to be Mr. X. We could look at it this way. 5 over 2, that is the same as 2.5 squared, would be 25 over 4, which is 6 1/4. And this is 6 1/4. There's always another way to look at it, ladies and gentlemen. So what I do with this guy is I divide both sides by 4, and I actually think, okay, x squared has to be less than or equal to 25 over 4. But that's the same thing as this. And knowing that I could take the square root of both sides, since I have a less than or equal to, I'm going to want everything in between, because if I square any of these numbers, I'm going to get something less than 6 1/4. Oh yeah. Now for this particular problem, what's the best way to say the answer, so to speak? Well, it's what's the best way to express the solution set. This graphic is the graphical answer. When we're doing these inequalities in my classroom, students have to answer it 3 ways. They have to answer it graphically. They have to express the solution set in what we call interval notation. If we include the endpoint, it's a bracket. If the endpoint is not included, which would be the case if this were strictly less than, then we'd have a curved parentheses. But since we have the or equal to part, we fill in the dot, we square off the bracket. And then, of course, there's set notation. And we would read this as the set of all x, such that -2.5 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2.5. Graphical solution set, set notation, interval notation, all convey the same information. The values that make up the solution set for our original statement. On the World Wide Web at MrXMath.com.